You know exactly what you need to do, but you just can't get yourself to do it. Hours pass, days slip away, and that task stays untouched. But what if I told you the problem isn't your motivation, it's your mindset? In just a few minutes, I'll show you a simple shift that forces you into action even when you don't feel like it. Because if you don't change this now, you'll keep watching your potential slip through your fingers. 1. The power of taking action. There exists a fundamental misunderstanding about success, a belief that one must first be inspired to act. This is a fatal misconception. Success is not reserved for those who wait for motivation. It belongs to those who cultivate the discipline to act, regardless of their emotional state. The truth is simple: motivation follows movement. It's not the cause of action, it is the effect. Many believe they must feel ready before they begin. They wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or a surge of inspiration that may never arrive. This hesitation is the main reason so many fail to achieve their goals. The successful, however, operate differently. They understand that action precedes clarity. By taking the first step, they uncover the path forward. Each action reveals new opportunities and insights previously hidden in the fog of inaction. A young man once sought financial success but found himself trapped by hesitation. He studied, prepared, strategized, yet his plans remained unexecuted. He waited for inspiration to strike, believing that only then would he have the confidence to proceed. But the truth is, confidence is built through action. It is not a prerequisite, it is a result. You cannot think your way into success, you must act your way into it. History is filled with examples of men who acted boldly, even in the face of uncertainty. Thomas Edison didn't wait for inspiration to perfect the light bulb. He experimented relentlessly. Each failure brought him one step closer to success. Henry Ford didn't wait until the automobile industry was proven. He acted with conviction and reshaped the world. The defining trait of these men was not their ability to summon motivation, but their willingness to act in its absence. When a man acts, he engages with reality in a way that thought alone never allows. He sees what works, what doesn't, what must be adjusted. Each step taken eliminates doubt and replaces it with knowledge. In contrast, the man who waits for motivation remains stagnant, trapped in the web of overthinking and self-doubt. The biggest challenge is always the first step, that initial resistance, whether in business, personal growth, or any goal, feels insurmountable, but the moment you push past it, momentum takes over. The mind rewards movement with clarity and conviction. What once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. A salesman hesitates before making his first call. He is paralyzed by fear. But the moment he dials that number, something changes. The fear fades, his confidence grows, and with every call after that, the process becomes easier. He didn't wait for motivation, he acted, and motivation followed. This principle applies universally. The entrepreneur who launches his venture without certainty, the writer who starts the book before inspiration strikes, the speaker who takes the stage despite nerves. They succeed not because they felt ready, but because they refused to let inaction dictate their fate. The path to success is not lit by motivation, it is carved by disciplined action. The one who understands this truth knows that waiting is the enemy of progress. He acts whether he feels like it or not, knowing that motivation will always catch up to those who are already moving. 2. Overcoming your fear and doubt. Fear is the enemy of progress. It stands like a shadow at the doorway of every great endeavor, whispering doubts into our ears. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? It murmurs, planting seeds of hesitation. But here's the truth: fear is a liar. Most of what we fear never actually happens. And even if it does, so what? Failure is not the end. It is merely a stepping stone on the path to success. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than they can count. The difference? They kept moving forward. They refused to let fear dictate their actions. They understood progress is born from action, not from endless contemplation. The first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most crucial. Taking that step, even while afraid, is what separates the achievers from the dreamers. Fear shrinks when you move toward it. It thrives in the unknown. It grows in power the longer you hesitate. But the moment you take action, its grip begins to weaken. Because courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action despite it. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Can you handle it? The answer is almost always yes. Human beings are far more resilient than they give themselves credit for. Most failures are recoverable. Most mistakes can be corrected. And even in rare cases where things go truly wrong, they still provide valuable lessons for future success. Fear feeds on hesitation. That's why procrastination is fear's greatest ally. The longer you wait, the stronger fear becomes. So, what's the antidote? Action. Even small, consistent actions dissolve fear. Every step forward, no matter how small, chips away at the illusion of fear's power. Think of fear as a wall. From a distance, it looks intimidating, unscalable, but as you approach it, you begin to see the cracks. And when you climb, you realize the wall was never that high to begin with. Fear deceives you into believing progress is impossible, when in reality, the only thing standing in your way is inaction. Let's take the story of Edwin C. Barnes, a man with no money, no connections, but a burning desire to work with Thomas Edison. He didn't let fear stop him. He boarded a freight train. He walked into Edison's office and boldly declared, "I am going to be your business partner." He was given a small, low-level job, but he never let go of that dream. Years later, when opportunity knocked, he was ready, and he became a key figure in Edison's empire. His story is proof fear loses power in the face of decisive action. 3. Destroying procrastination. How many times have you said, "I'll start tomorrow"? And how often has tomorrow turned into next week, next month, next year perhaps? Before you realize it, time has slipped away, leaving you with nothing but unfulfilled plans and lost potential. The perfect moment you are waiting for? It doesn't exist. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you can take control of your life. Procrastination is a silent thief. It disguises itself as preparation, perfectionism, or the need for ideal conditions. You tell yourself you need more time, more knowledge, more confidence. But the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. Every delay strengthens the habit of inaction. The only way to break free is to take action now. Even if it's messy, even if it's small, one imperfect action is worth more than 100 perfect intentions. Use the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, "I'll just do it for 5 minutes." No pressure, no overthinking. Just start, because once you begin, you likely keep going. Momentum is powerful. Discipline is key. Distractions are everywhere: social media, notifications, entertainment. If you don't control your environment, it will control you. Set clear deadlines. Break big goals into small steps. Track your progress. Prioritize consistency over perfection, because success isn't about occasional sprints, it's about daily effort. 4. Building self-discipline. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to suffer, it's about training yourself to win. It's a mindset, a commitment to excellence. Every time you show up for yourself, you prove that you can trust yourself, and trust builds confidence. Confidence fuels success. The more you push through discomfort, the easier it gets. At first, it feels unbearable. Your mind screams to return to comfort. But if you resist that urge, you rewire your brain to embrace challenge, to thrive under pressure. Discipline is not about doing what feels good. It's about doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. You don't wait for motivation. You don't negotiate with emotions. You just act. Get up when the alarm rings. Work when it's time to work. Face challenges head on, because success is built on consistency, not on fleeting inspiration. Anyone can be motivated for a week, but when the honeymoon phase ends, discipline takes over. Discipline is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Start small. Wake up when you said you would. Follow through on your promises. Do the work, especially when it's inconvenient. That's where breakthroughs happen. 5. Using pain as fuel. Pain can break you or it can build you. The choice is yours. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. You can let setbacks turn you bitter, or you can use them to make you better. Every person you admire has scars, but they kept going. They turned pain into purpose, into fire, into fuel. Pain sharpens the mind, it strengthens the spirit, it burns away weaknesses. Next time life knocks you down, don't stay there. Rise with power. Let pain forge you, push you, transform you. The best lessons don't come from ease, they come from struggle. Discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. When you are in pain, you are in transition. Step into the fire. Let it mold you into who you were born to be. 6. The moment of decision. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep waiting, keep hesitating, keep telling yourself stories, or you can decide that today is the day everything changes. No more excuses, no more delays, only action. Success doesn't come from wishing, it comes from doing, and doing starts with a decision. You don't need to be ready, you don't need all the answers, you just need to start. Take the first step, then the next. Momentum builds, fear fades, confidence grows. The life you want won't come from another plan, another thought, another wait. It will come from what you choose to do right now. So stop waiting, start building. Your future is counting on it. Thank you so much.